walk 3 blocks of Rodeo and look at crazy clothes. They come here, they get their picture taken, and they get on their phone. So we figured, let's give them some really good stuff on the phone. So the walk that we're going to take today, you can take anytime with your friends using our free app, and it's got videos of what everything looks like, and stills, and these wonderful stories of the legendary people who lived in Beverly Hills. And now your turn.
What he said. No, I hold in my hand the one thing in Beverly Hills that is absolutely free. So anybody who wants to, the walk that we're going to do is actually on this app. If you follow along in your hymnal, there are all kinds of extra videos and pictures and other things that you'll be able to get through this app. Also, I'd love to say to supply this with fans, so anybody who doesn't already have a fan, it is getting a little humid today. Please help yourself.
Thank you.
Please help yourself to any of these cards. What you can do is just scan the QR code on the rack card here and it'll take you straight to the app so you can download it pretty easily.
And that app is also got
We also made about 50 videos about the early city, some of which are implanted into the landscape. So if you walked around this farm, for example, you see 4 little signs. Rodeo, horses and horsepower. How the city was born, the story of the park, and a panorama of the lily pond, which you can see there. We have a big blow-up from 1915. And 1915, we had 15 houses. So this city started really slowly, but the one steady thing has been the sign. We got new members. We're just about to start. Woohoo! Well, I went to Beverly High with Michael Hyatt.
All right, all right.
Michael who? Oh, so much fun. Anybody here from Beverly High? Do we have any old Normans? All right.
I drove by.
My goal is to tell you a few stories. If I'm successful, I get to finish. And if I don't, not
We're
successful,
gonna be doing
I have to talk until I do. So we're going to walk over to that corner to where the post office is. Before we get there, I'm going to tell you about one fella whose name was Will Rogers. Anybody have any idea who Will Rogers was? We know we have Will Rogers Park. Santa Monica Boulevard is Will Rogers Highway. We have a Will Rogers statue on Beverly Drive. Nobody remembers who Will Rogers was. Well, he was one of our first residents. He was a cowboy from Oklahoma. And he was the world's first media star and, influencer. There has never been anyone as big as Will Rogers in terms of the media. The reason was he was the #1 movie star in the country. Worked for 20th Century Fox. He was the #1 radio star in the country before they invented television. Everybody was, and then he had a newspaper column that was in 300 papers. And the newspaper column had the byline, Beverly Hills. What's a Beverly Hills? So in the early 30s, now Will Rogers was so popular he'd get 1,000 letters a week. We had no post office. Where'd they go? So he wrote a postmaster, and he said, you know, we really need a post office. And he had enough pull that even though it was the Depression and nobody had any money, we got a post office with garage floors and murals and all that. That's how important it was. So we're going to walk over there, and I'm going to tell you now about some of our original buildings that are all landmarks. So we're just going to head right that way.
It's about the wall. Yeah, I thought it was John Wayne.
It was from a bank. He never lived here, but he was the spokesman for Great Western Bankers. So when they built the bank, they put the statue of him in front. Originally, it rotated. And then the people went, this is the ugliest, most horrible thing you've ever seen. So now it doesn't rotate anymore.
I think it's wonderful. And I did recognize it.